What's up, you guys? It's Ivory here, and this is Awaken Empress Podcast, a safe space to unlearn, relearn, and grow from unhealed childhood trauma, narcissism, and spiritual attack. So, for our first episode, we spoke a little bit about signs that you are under spiritual attack. Well, for our second episode, we will be talking about bodily signs that you are under spiritual attack. We're just going to go ahead and jump in. So some bodily signs that you are under spiritual attack. I've had several of these happen to me, so I'm going to go ahead and, like the first episode, elaborate on some things that have happened to me as well. Okay, so the first bullet point is energy drainage, okay? Whenever you hanging out with somebody, and then all of a sudden you just get mad tired out of nowhere. Like you had all this energy prior, you had no problem before, and excuse me, and then you get around this certain person, a certain energy, or maybe a certain environment that drained your energy, and now you're excessively tired, you're sleepy, you're exhausted, you feel like you just want to go get in the bed. This is a sign, this is a bodily sign that you are under spiritual attack, that someone is draining your energy in some way, shape, or form. I just had this happen to me today. Whenever I was at the coffee shop, somebody was sending me ill-intended energy, okay? Because I was yawning. Now, mind you, yawning is really not like a sign of what it is if it's excessive, okay? So like one yawn is like, oh, you know what, my lungs need air. But like a yawn and then a yawn and then a yawn and then a yawn, and like I kept yawning. I'm like, oh, somebody's sending me negative energy. Like that's a telltale sign, especially when it's like one after another, like, and then you're telling me, like, no, it shouldn't be happening back to back to back like that. Another example is whenever I used to go out to parties a lot. I really don't like crowds or clubs or anything like that. So I tend to stay away from those. But when I used to, and this is before I knew like that I am an energy worker, and that's my forte, right? So I would go to the club and I swear I'd be having a good old time. But whenever it's time to go, I'm like, I'm exhausted. Mind you, this has gotten me, some people, like the people that I hung out with, that were supposed to be my friends, they stole from me. They would take advantage of me whenever this happened, because I feel like they knew who I was before I knew who I was. And I feel like that about a lot of people, like knowing who I am before I knew who I am. And I still fully don't understand who and what exactly I am, because I have been conditioned for so long. It's taken me some time to really get my mind right, but it's getting there, it's getting better, and I appreciate the goddess taking care of me, okay? Bullet point number 2, having foul smelling odors around you or following you around. You like, I just got in the shower. Why does it smell like, it don't, what is that? You know, that's another telltale sign that you're having like a spiritual attack, of like your body is reacting to a spiritual attack. It can smell like rot. It can smell like shit, trash. And it's usually the smell of the person who is attacking you. Okay, so for me, I know it's not me. I just, Victoria, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I usually do not let off any pungent odors, okay? However, whenever someone is maneuvering in lower vibrational energy, their energy has a smell to it. It has like a foul smell to it that follows them, or that it seeps from their pores. And if they are attacking you, it can stay attached to you. It's actually nasty. It's really nasty, actually. I used to work with this guy, and he had this like a specific odor. Like it just was like, it's not dog, because but it's not dog. It smells like shit. Honestly, it smells like shit. Like it, yeah. And come to find out, bro was dibbling and dabbling in some stuff. So I don't know if he was attacking me or if that was just his natural BO, because that's what he participated in on a regular. And we're going to go to bullet point number 3. Losing connection with your spiritual ability. Okay. I really don't have an example of this happening to me, because I always felt very tapped in. But I'm not really sure. Like, I don't even have an example here to tell y'all, because I'm not entirely sure about how this would come about. I do know that one time I was under attack, and I was sitting in the tub in the dark, and I was praying, and I feel like I said something that I should not have said. However, like I said, I was under attack, so I was like, that wasn't even me. That wasn't even my thought process. Like, I don't even be talking like that. You know I'll be talking like that. But I kind of felt like I was like Oshun left me. Like, she was like, you know what? Because I told you about that before, and you just did it again. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm out of here. But I was like, baby, like, that's not even me. Baby, like, that's not even me. Like, that wasn't even me. Like, why would you do that? Like, no, come back. I love you. But whenever you start losing connection with your spirituality, or spiritual ability, excuse me. This could also be like whenever you just don't feel like tapping in. You don't feel like spending time out, or taking time out to spend like meditating or praying, or whatever avenue you use to connect with your spiritual family. Bullet point number 4. Your finances are stopping or slipping out of your hands. I talked a little bit about this in the first episode, and I don't think I went too far into detail. However, I do want to reiterate, I feel like those of us who are chosen, and those of us who have spiritual ability to connect with the divine, are usually more in financial despair, more in financial lack. And this could be because of spiritual attacks being sent toward us. So spell work, ill-intended witchcraft, ill-intended manifestations put on our lives. I know for me, my family at a young age they spoke so much negative stuff on me. Do you hear what I'm saying? To the point where it's like, I'm at this big old age, just now finding out about spirituality, about myself. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, I'm real late. I'm real late, okay? But that's okay, because I'm still figuring it out. I'm still finding it out. However, my finances have never really accumulated the way that I would have liked them to accumulate. Although I have like a lot of talent, a lot of skill, lots of monetizing abilities, they never really stuck. Or maybe you are someone that you know is able to get finances, but as soon as they get the finances, the finances leave them. They spend it, they lose it, they have bills, so then now they don't have any finances. And I do know that is the case for me. When I was making, I wouldn't say decent money, but I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I would get my paycheck, and then I would have my phone bill to pay, or my bills to pay, or one of somebody needed something or I needed something. So, or maybe I was just spending, just to spend because I had it, and I don't usually have, whenever you grow up without, like I grew up without a lot of finances. So whenever I do receive finances, it's like, oh, I'm spending this money. Like I'm definitely blowing this. So, yeah, like poor money management skills. Bullet point number 5. And this bullet point, okay, it resonated real hard with me. In high school. Was it in, maybe not in high school, maybe like a little bit after high school. I want to say like my early 20s. But bullet point number 5 is acting like a different person, okay? And I don't mean like when I get dressed up, when I get dolled up and I'm like, yeah, like, like I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about acting like a completely different person. Naturally, I'm a very calm person. Naturally, I'm very like by myself, and like I'm kind of quiet. Like I do talk to myself a lot, but I'm actually like naturally I'm a quiet person. So like not after high school, but like a little bit after high school, I was a little bit wild. I told y'all in the first episode, I was like drinking and partying a lot. I was doing a lot, smoking a lot. The one thing that I can like really stand firm on, and I'm finding this out, I'm only laughing because I'm really growing into myself at this big old age. And it's kind of funny, but it's really not funny because it's detrimental. It kind of ruins relationships and friendships and people around you, but I'm getting there. Anyway, the one thing I can say is that I never really had a lot of sexual interactions willingly. Let's put it that way, willingly. I never really been very forward, or like I never opened up with my body. Like I was never like, oh, I think you're cute. We should have coitus. I've never been that way. But I do know a lot of females who were that way. And I hung out with a couple of them, and I'm like, dang, you bold? You bold? I don't like that. I kind of want people to like me for my person before they like me for Victoria. Because if you only like me for Victoria, then you don't like me. You like Victoria. So, but a little bit after high school, I want to say in my early 20s, I was acting like out of body. I was partying a lot. I was smoking a lot of weed. I was loud. I was boisterous. I was like I wasn't acting like myself, okay? I was very explosive, my energy was like, I remember I hung out with this one shorty, and she's like, I always like going out with you because I know that you're going to protect me. But it's like, she only is saying that because whenever we went out, like, especially when I start getting drunk and stuff, I would get rowdy. Like, especially if a dude is pushing up on me, like this one time at the club, I really could have got beat up. This man really could have beat me up for real, because he kept trying to talk to me. And I said, no, like, I'm good. And he's like, come on. And I'm like, no, I said no, like, and he kept pushing up on me. So I like bumped his head, like, I see, get the fuck out my face. And it could have went all bad, because first of all, I shouldn't put my hands on him, but that's how I was. And I was drinking, and I really wasn't acting like myself, because first of all, my regular self, I really don't like the club. I really don't like crowds. I don't like that atmosphere. I'm very much scary. I'm not scary. I don't like being around a lot of people. I don't like feeling like I'm burdening people. And I feel like that stems from like my childhood. It's just like a lot of like, why you keep asking, why you keep bothering, why you keep doing this. And so I stick to myself. I like to be by myself. I'm more, I don't know. But acting like a different person is the 5th bullet point, that this is a bodily sign that you're under spiritual attack, okay? Sometimes it looks like on other people, like very explosive, lack of memory. You're doing things that you normally wouldn't do. Like, I was doing things that I normally wouldn't do. Like in my early 20s, I normally would not be acting like how I was acting, and that's where we're gonna leave that out. We're gonna have to, if y'all want to know more, we're gonna have to do a different episode for that one. We're gonna have to do a different episode for that, okay? So How can we overcome spiritual warfare? And me being a demon slayer, me being a demon slayer, I have utilized a lot of praying, a lot of meditating, a lot of going within myself. But here are some bullet points that I have researched and that I agree with. So the first is, don't dialogue with the enemy. So the enemy likes to infiltrate our minds and send us negative thoughts, negative projections, and things of that nature that need to be rejected immediately. We do not go back and forth with the enemy, and the enemy being our lower selves telling us you're not good enough, or nobody likes you, or you're a burden. So stuff like that. You need to be able to be like, no, I am good enough. No, people do like me. I'm not a burden. I'm allowed to ask for help if I need help. So, and the enemy also likes to feed you false doctrine. So if we think back, and I know not everyone has read the Bible or gets into the Bible. I have not read the Bible in some time, so but I do know the story of Eve and the serpent and in the Garden of Eden, and how he was able to deceive. The snake was able to deceive Eve by saying something that sounded like what God said, but they switched a word, or they switched a couple words around, and it changed the entire meaning. And this is very true. Like, you can say a sentence and switch a word or two around, and the sentence has a completely different meaning. Okay, so but to avoid this from happening, we want to completely reject the thought or reject the dialogue that we are being fed, and we're not to communicate back with this. So if they're like, you're not good enough, I am good enough, or what makes you think I'm not good enough? You know, we're not going back and forth. We're not questioning. We're not doing none of that. We're not doing that. You're not good enough. I am good enough. I rebuke that in the name of Oshun. You are dismissed. You have no authority here. Ashe. And you keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Second bullet point. You need to know and speak what the divine has spoken and said about you. Focus and proclaim it over your life. So I know I'm good enough. I know I am worthy. I know I'm the first and not the last. I know I'm the head and not the tail. I do this. I'm very much under spiritual attack, like a lot. And this is from my family, from strangers, and a lot of people, I feel like. So I'm constantly in the mode to like rebuke things that are being sent toward me. I still struggle, however, to 10:10 on the clock right now. We're breaking cycles, bub. But no, I still struggle sometime with these things. So like, I have a hard time reaching out to people. Like, I will literally procrastinate for like ever, and then I'll finally do it, and I'll be like, oh, that wasn't even that hard. But it still takes a lot of energy out of me to be able to do that. It also takes a lot of energy for me to intertwine myself with other groups of people. I don't know why. I always kind of stand off to the side, and then people are like, who do you think you are? You think you're better? You think you're too good to stand with us? And I'd be like, no, I'm just socially awkward, and I don't want to bother anybody. But according to, okay, so I worked with this guy, and he's like, you don't look like, you don't act like how you look, okay? And I had to really sit back and think about this, because I was kerfuffled. Now, mind you, I don't look at myself the way that other people look at me, okay? And it is because of the conditioning in my childhood as to why I don't look at myself, or I don't think of myself the way that other people think of me. People see this avatar and they're like, oh my goodness, she's so perfect and she gotta have a good life and all this stuff. That's not the case at all. That's not the case at all in any way, shape, or form. I am protected. I do have divine protection. So that is an amazing thing. However, I had a rough ass life. I'm writing a book right now. So if y'all want to know about it, I'm going to tell y'all when it's coming out so y'all can get it. Okay. Cause it gets deep. It gets deep, but I don't think of myself. I don't look at myself the way that other people look at this avatar, because that's really what they're looking at. They're looking at the avatar. They haven't spoke to me a day in their life. They see the appearance. They see what I look like, and like I'm kind of quirky. I kind of dress kind of quirky. Y'all can't see it right now. If y'all follow my YouTube page, if y'all look on my page, y'all will see like who dressed like this? You know what I'm saying? I'm that girl. But I have been through a lot of things. So when people see my avatar, they're like, you should be, or they expect for me to play. It's a schema. I'm learning this right now. They have a role schema for me because of what I look like. I'm dressed and like I'll have this on my head. They're like, oh, she's fun, she's bubbly, she's pretty, and I'm standing over to the side in the corner with my head like this, like with my shoulders up, and I have a closed off body language, and my arms are folded, and I'm trying to protect myself. I really have social anxiety, but these people are like, she thinks she better than us because she got them damn flowers on her head and she got that damn outfit on. She thinks she look good. Rada. That's not the case at all. That's not the case at all. I'm trying to open up. I'm real tight. I'm very much trying to. I am opening up. It's getting kind of awkward. I'm not gonna hold you, but it's fine. This is who I am from the back to the front. You hear what I'm saying? The normal sign. Okay, so moving on. The normal signs you ignore with spiritual attacks. And we talked a little bit about this with the first bullet point is fatigue. Okay, so not wanting to take care of necessities like cleaning your house, doing your laundry, going to work. I remember, listen, when I was younger, I never wanted to go to work. I was always calling off, okay? But I was always a worker. So like, I'd be like contradicting myself. Like I would have spurts of like, I don't want to go to work. And I feel like that's when the attacks were heavy. Like, I don't want to go to work. I don't feel like going to work. Mind you, I enjoy going to work because I enjoy getting a paycheck because I ain't never had no money. You know what I'm saying? So I was running myself in a circle. I was definitely, I was under attack real bad my entire life. But I feel the heaviest in high school. And the drugs and alcohol did not help at all. Also, wanting to be in bed all day, no good. In high school, I used to always want to be in bed. I used to masturbate a lot in high school. It was ridiculous. And you know when you masturbate all day, you be tired. Like, it be draining. Like, that shit be draining. So don't tell nobody else that I told y'all that though. Anxiety attacks. I have a lot of anxiety. I don't know about y'all, but anxiety is like really prevalent in my life. Well, it was. I don't live in this space anymore, which is why I'm able to share all of this information about myself with you guys, because before I would have been too embarrassed to even tell y'all anything about myself. Do you hear what I'm saying? I would have never told y'all none of this. I would have kept it bottled in. But I saw this quote and it was like, I'm tired. I'm living, what is it? I'm living loud, or I'm living out loud because when I was silent, I almost died. That part. Do you understand what I'm saying? So anxiety, real bad. I used to have panic attacks. I was diagnosed from a physical therapist. I was diagnosed from the therapist that I was seeing with PTSD. And when I was younger, I had an abnormal fear, like, of everything. Like, of every single thing in the world. I promise you, I was fearful of everything. So, but I'm getting over these things. Panic attack. I'm forcing myself to go outside. Now I used to like hide in the house all day. I used to be in the house all day. Like after my early 20s, where like I clubbed all the time and I was always around people, and I just kept getting hurt. Like people that I hung out like, and I call these people friends. Like I would give them my last. Do you hear what I'm saying? But they were stealing from me. They were abusing me. They were they were just not a good set of individuals. And so once I finally moved away from that, I went ahead and stayed in the house. So it was like one extreme from the other extreme. I did decide to go to therapy for some time, although I didn't feel like it helped me at all. He did tell me that he believes that I had PTSD, and I don't doubt it. I've watched my first ever boyfriend ever in the world watched both of his brothers die on the same street at the same house. One of them was talking to me. The other one was shot in the head. I was sexually abused my entire childhood by my family, and then the people that my family allowed to sexually abuse me. I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been bullied. I've been fucked up. Okay, I've been through some shit. So with all of that stuff, I don't doubt that I have PTSD. And my mom was a hoarder. Our living environment was deplorable. We ain't never had nothing clean. So I go to school, I get bullied on. I go home, I get bullied on. I bullied on myself. My relationships I was being bullied. So it was just like, I had an abnormal amount of fear about shit that's not even fearful. Like, you would think a bitch was on fear. You would think that I was on Fear Factor, and like I had blindfold, and I did. Essentially, I had spiritual blindfolds on my eyes. Like I could not see what was happening to me because of the love that I had for these people, but also because of the ignorance that I had about these people as well. So like me projecting all of this good on these energies that were pieces of shite. Okay? Stress. Everything stresses you out. Even things that don't normally bother you, like you're now all of a sudden you stressed out. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, maybe somebody left their shoes in the living room, and I told them to take their shoes back into their room, and they're still, when I walk back out, their shoes are still here. So I'm like, oh my God. Or maybe it's like, I don't know, like I'm taking a test for class, and like I'm super stressed about the test, more stressed than I'm usually, because I feel like I'm not a good test taker, but every time I pass the test, I'll be like, oh, okay. See, and that's another sign of like that anxiety. Okay, next bullet point. Massive amounts of temptation. Okay, we talked about this in the first episode. Temptation is a bitch. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like a bitch. Or yeah, in excessive amounts. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you be outside, let's say there's a bunch of shorties like all trying to talk to you at one time, or they all trying to give you some cootie cat at one time, and it's like that right after you vow to not interact with like you're staying celibate, you're trying to not celibate, you're trying to stay abstinent, because celibate and abstinence are two different things. I don't want y'all getting on me in them comments talk about it's not celibate. Okay, it's abstinent. So as soon as you vow, you're like, you know what, I'm not about to have coitus with anybody. Do you hear what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, some fine ass man walk up to you talking about hey baby, and they're exactly what you like. They're exactly what you like. And you like, what am I do? What am I do? But you turn them down and you like, okay, whew, I made it, I did it, I made it. And then it happens again and again and again and again. That's a sign that something is coming for you. Do Do you hear what I'm saying? Temptation, it could be food, lying, cheating, corn. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't never, well, we not talking about that. I didn't really never get off on corn. I really can't. I can't. It's because I just don't be there. But once you try removing these things in excessive amounts and they keep popping back up, like you be like, you know what? I'm done watching corn. I can't watch this no more. It's desensitizing me from the real thing. Then now all of a sudden, all you thinking about is corn. Like, I need corn. I want corn. Something's going on, and you need to go cleanse. You need to go ground yourself. Lack of consistency with something you want to pursue. Yeah, I know for myself, I have so many things that I have tried to pursue within my life. I think the first being hair. I went to hair school. I went to 2 hair schools actually. And I was trying, I was marketing myself, I was putting out the work, I was pushing. Wasn't nothing happening. So I was like, okay, well the hair's not working, let me go to makeup. And then I did makeup and I was pushing, nothing. And I mean for like a long time. I always lacked in consistency. So like I'll do it for like a spurt and then I'll stop. I'll fall off, and then I'll do it for like a little spurt and then I'll fall off. But that's with like anything that I do. That's why I can't take pills. Like pills were just never a good option for me because I will not take them pills. If you watch the first episode, you'll see I talk a little bit about how a doctor, whenever I had this spiritual attack on my skin, I had a whole bunch of white blotches all over my face and all over my body. And the doctor gave me a prescription for some bleaching cream to bleach the rest of my skin to look like these blotches on my body. Not only did I was young, so I was like, what? Like, you want me to do what? 2, I'm not consistent, so I wasn't gonna put this shit on. I wasn't gonna put it on consistently anyway, so I was probably gonna create more blotches. So I just left the whole thing alone altogether. Okay? I do want to go ahead into understanding some spiritual, I want to go into understanding spiritual attachments. And some things that I have researched explains that it is an embodied human spirit passed away but hasn't yet crossed over. They latch on to or attracted to and intensify what they were attracted to. So whenever they were alive, they had a drinking problem that they never resolved, and so whenever they transitioned but yet not yet crossed over, they still like alcohol a lot. So y'all ever like, I know I watched a lot of videos where it's like they be like put some liquor on your altar for your ancestors, right? So like, I don't know how to explain it, but the spirit is attracted to a negative thing that you're doing. It could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be sex, it could be money, it could be anything, essentially. And it also could be a good thing, but we're talking about because there are good spiritual attachments. Like, let's not get it confused. So if you're doing good, if you're out here doing good, you're going to, of course, attract good spirits on you. So let's not. I don't want to act as if there's only evil spirits out here. Like, there's not. There's good spirits out here as well. But as far as the ones that we're talking about for this, because of the bodily signs. So if this spirit is attracted to drinking alcohol, then it will attach to you because you drink alcohol, and then that alcohol drinking alcohol becomes out of control. It can also create mental illnesses for you as well, because now you're like, what the heck is going on? Like, maybe I feel like that too was like in my early 20s. I may have had an attachment on me, because it's like I would wake up drinking alcohol. I kid y'all not. I would drink alcohol all throughout the day, and because I kept a check, I kept some liquor all the time. Like, I would wake up, take shots, go to work, take shots, go to the park, take shots. I'm outside, I'm taking shots. Like, I'm not even kidding. And I would go home and I would take shots, and then I would black out, and then I would wake up the next rising and take shots. I'm not kidding. Like, disgusting. But I made it out. I made it out. All praise to Oshun. You hear what I'm saying? I made it out. These attachments usually match the frequency you are running on. So like I said, if you are running on low vibrational frequency, you will attract low vibrational entities. But if you are running on a higher frequency, you will be attracting higher vibrational frequencies, or higher vibrational beings, attachments toward yourself. And my nose is itching. Confirmation. So if you're trying to get out of maybe like if you're trying to remove a low vibrational entity from you, the first thing is raising your frequency. Raise what you are manifesting, or change what you are manifesting. I kind of went over very vaguely in the first episode about how our thought process manifests our life. And I've always had a very negative point of view because of my childhood and what I have gone through. I've always thought very negatively, and because of that, I always viewed the world very negatively. And because of that, I've had negative experiences. Some that we probably gonna go over in some later episodes, but baby, that's the deal. So whatever you're thinking is whatever you're manifesting. Whatever's in your heart comes out of your mouth. Whatever you're thinking, you manifest into this realm. So yeah, raise your frequency, raise your vibrations if you are wanting to be connected with higher entities, higher vibrational entities. Meditation is always a good thing. I do know that some people don't like meditating because they don't like sitting with themselves. I know if you're sitting, because when I meditate, I sit in a dark room, and there's no lights on, and I'm usually just chilling there. And for the most part, it's quiet. There's not really a lot of noise where I live. I think I might be the loudest one. I might be the loudest one. Sorry, my boob was itching. But some people think that's scary. Some people don't like sitting with their own thoughts because maybe they're ashamed of their thoughts, or they feel guilty about their thoughts, or maybe their thoughts are painful. I know. Listen, I've sat in that room in the dark, and I cried listen. I'm talking about snot running, ugly face crying, okay, weeping, like. And when I cry, I really don't make a lot of noise. But when I tell you, I've been back there through some things. I'm not saying that it's like it's all peachy and like things are like not going to be hard to deal with, because things are hard to deal with. It's hard to accept the fact that I have accepted all of the things that I have accepted in my life. Because once I stopped drinking liquor, like I'm telling you, it's like like the fog off my eyeballs, like a huge fog came off my eyeballs, and now I'm trying to maneuver through life without alcohol, and it's different because like when I was drunk all the time, I was like, hey y'all, yeah y'all, what y'all doing like that, but that's really not who I am. Like I can be, like I can turn it on and off, but I'm really not Like I'm like an introverted extra. I have my extrovert, like my energy to expel on others is for people who are willing to pour back into me. Like when I'm only pouring into you, it's like, it's really draining. And then they'll be like, she's stuck up, because then I'll go sit in the corner and like I'll shut down. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment if you know what I'm talking about. Have you ever been out sad and like you're like, yeah, what's going on? You're having a good time, and then all of a sudden you're just like, this ain't over. This is not over yet. Like, we're still here. Yeah, that was usually me, but that's usually a telltale sign that you are expelling your energy in a place or with a person who's not pouring back into you. It's like you're always pouring into that thing, or you're not supposed to be there, or you're not supposed to be there. So pay attention to your energy, pay attention to your frequency. Do you hear what I'm saying? If you have low vibrational entities on you, lower vibrational attachments on you that are maybe causing you to feel a type of way, because I know they do. Listen, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Shit's not sweet. It only looks sweet. You know what I'm saying? Shit's not sweet. But, I mean, it is now. Let me not say that. It is now, because I know how to fight back. And I know some different mechanisms to help other energies become aware of these mechanisms to detach themselves from these attachments. So, closing your eyes, taking a deep breath, and whenever you take a deep breath, you want to hold. So like maybe like do an inhale for 8 seconds, or count to 8, and then hold it and pause. Excuse me. And that was a burp, so maybe that's a confirmation. I'm not reading right now, but every time anyway. And then release for 8. And you want to do this for like 3 times. I usually do it 3 times. You need to remove items within your home or within your car, within your life, period, that are open doors for the enemy. Spirits and curses can be placed onto objects, coins, books, and gifted items. Now, let me tell y'all. Because I had a lot of, my family always gifted me some shit. Like, I promise you, it's like, oh, Jake, they call me Jake. Oh, Jake, we have this couch for you. We want you to have this couch. If y'all see my place, I have no furniture. I got rid of everything. If I didn't buy it myself, I keep hitting my chin on this. If I didn't buy it, I threw it out. Once I became aware that people can literally put curses and ill-intended energy on objects, within objects, I got rid of everything my family ever gave me ever in my life. Okay? I mean, they would give me all the time, and I thought it was like, oh, y'all love me, like, oh my goodness, this feels so. No, the motherfucker, they were trying to get me. They were trying to keep me, coin me, send negative energy toward me. And I also saw this video of this girl, I forgot her name. Maybe I'll put her name in the description once I upload this video. But she was talking about how karmics are able to put curses and like ill-intended energy on quarters, on coins, right? And then they'll leave the coins in somebody's house that they want the negative energy to manifest in. Let me tell y'all, I used to do my younger brother's hair all the time. I didn't have no problem, you know? I really enjoy doing hair. Like, that's something that I really enjoy. I actually have a whole station, like, for hair. I have stations for several, like, I like a lot of them, but anyway, specifically for hair. And So I'd be doing his locks and everything, and then like he would leave, and then I would just be finding random quarters around my house. Now mind you, I'm like, oh snap, I can just use this for laundry. Like I ain't even tripping. Rada. I saw that video and I was like, wait a goddamn second. Cause I was wondering, I just cleaned my house. Now my house is back to filthy, and I don't understand how, because it's only been me. It's only been me here, and like I'm pretty clean. Living at my mama's house my entire life, I'm a pretty clean being. Because I mean, when I tell y'all, nightmares. Y'all need to get my book. I'm telling y'all. Deplorable in every aspect, in every way, shape, and form. Okay. So I'm a pretty clean person. I don't be like it now. Mind you, I might have some, like right now I have some dishes in my sink, and yeah, I got some dishes in my sink. I cooked dinner. I mean, I cooked some food earlier, and like my Foreman grill it needs wiped down, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, okay? I'm telling y'all, I would just clean my house and my apartment, and it'd be looking crazy again. I'd be like, how? Or like I absorb energy. Like I never really understood it until now. Like, why do I feel this way? Or why do I feel this way? I don't know. Like I would go into somewhere, and then like automatically I would feel the energy within that place, and I used to like blow it off and like just embody whatever was attached to me. Like, so let's say I walk in somewhere and people have attitude. Everybody got an attitude. Everybody, feeling some type of way. Or maybe everybody's sad. Now I'm sad. Or now I have an attitude. Mind you, when I walked in there, I was happy. I ain't had no problem. So get rid of shit. Get rid of all of that. I'm not playing with y'all. Get rid of things, gifts. If you feel a way about that person, do not eat their food. Do not go outside with them. We're not hanging out. No, I'm not going to. I remember this girl in high school. She was my first boyfriend's second baby's mom. Me being the first. And she asked me one time. Now, and when you listen to people talk, they will tell you exactly what they want to, like you will hear what they're really saying. So she says, let me do your hair so we can go out. You trust me enough to go out with me yet? Not if I did, not anymore. No, I don't. Because why are you asking me that? Why are you asking it to me like that? Now, is it me? Am I the bad guy? Leave a comment and let me know. Am I the bad guy for feeling like that was a ill-intended, like a little comment? Do you trust me to go out with me now? Not no more. And take all your stuff with you. Like, no, you don't have no reason to come back here. Fast. We need to fast. We need to fast from social media. We need to fast from food. We need to fast from people, and we need to fast from habits. Okay. Also, another thing, and this is something that I do like on the regular. I know I don't care. I know people probably do think that I'm weird. I am a little bit weird. Broken. I wouldn't say broken, but anyway, I will speak out loud. I'll speak it out loud, and I will call it out right there and there. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. If I get a negative thought, I will speak out loud, and I will rebuke that thought out loud. Like, no, you can't be here. Also, you should ask the divine goddess or whomever you associate yourself with to show you. I know I begged. I said, please remove these energies from me that they got. They have ill intent. They don't like me. And my whole family. I'm sorry. I'm back. My whole entire family. All of my friends. My kids. Everybody in my life. Gone. Everybody in my life. It's just me. So, just ask. We actually have power over the enemy. We do. They don't want you to know that, but it's true. All you have to do is rebuke it, speak against it. I do it. I say it out loud. But if you feel more comfortable in the beginning to just say it in your head, then I guess that will work. I used to, so it does work. But yeah, we have the authority. We have the power. It's within us. We have the keys, the keys, the keys. We got the keys. You hear me? Cleanse your environment. Let go of things that, if you don't trust the person, don't take nothing from them. Don't eat their food. None of that. Don't do it. It's a setup for failure. People you least expect, okay? I did not expect my family to be who and what they are. Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all, if y'all don't, y'all will. The truth is about to come out. But at this point, I don't even like taking gifts from nobody, and I never really did. But I didn't think it was gonna be my family, but it was not just one person in my family. It was my entire family, including the kids that I had as well. So anyway, we're moving on. The last little bit of this episode is about, or that I really wanted to talk about, was finding out your triggers, and allowing yourself to sit with it, okay? A lot of your triggers are some sort of generational thing. I don't want to say curse, but like it's a spiritual thing. Everything is spiritual, so you really need to sit with it, and you really need to talk to yourself as if you were talking to someone else, like someone that you trusted. I talk to myself all the time because I pretty much only trust myself at this point in my life. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time for episode 3. We will be talking about narcissism and what that looks like, and some definitions and all that good stuff. So I hope to see you guys there. Make sure you guys love yourself real bad. Empress out. Mwah.